ding. Damn it, what's Joey doing sitting there?
Damn it,
Yeah,
Joey.
where's the guy with all the hair?
Where's Jack?
Where's the guy with all the hair? We got stuck with this guy.
No sunglasses.
I know.
Damn it.
Yeah, but you got Mr. Facts with you.
I do.
So
Thought it'd been really cool for tonight's episode if we had a fireman's helmet. to put on.
Right.
Oh, right.
That would be kind of funny. It'd be cute.
Oh, it's just barely too small.
Aw,
I could probably shove it on there, but I'd risk.
don't break the glass.
Yours
No,
is
I
the
risk-
orange one. You're abusing the merchandise that we're
I
trying
know,
to
this
sell.
is the regular merchandise. Mine's in there. I could probably stretch it on there. I might not ever get it off.
You know.
My
See
chair
how
is
you
very
are.
high. There, that's
Oh,
better.
that's me. I'm sorry.
No, I scooted up.
I said,
You had it
I
down
said her
low.
and Jack's, and he was down here like this.
Oh, I know. You're like, is Jack that tall? He might be. His torso might be really long. I don't know. I never looked.
Are you able to bring comments in from your computer?
Yeah.
Or do I have to do it?
I can do it.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Will you
I
let
wasn't sure
the
if you
producer
could.
be
No,
the
I wasn't
producer?
sure if you could.
Just because he's sitting at a new chair.
You know what?
Just for tonight.
Just
Jack's up north
I
tonight.
know. Freezing his cojones
reason
off.
is being
I'm sure he would much rather be here.
I'm sure.
All right, I got Rumble open. We're good.
Things are rolling.
Good
So
for you. I do. You don't even have the comments up. What are you doing?
I'm doing it right now. You know what? Hush.
Hi, guys.
I see.
There's a dog behind me if you can see
So-
the fur.
So it only brings it up for you, right?
I mean, yeah, they're on mine. Do I need to? Why is that happening?
I don't know.
Because if I go to banners,
But is
and
he under he's under DF he's under the inside, not the
and if
No,
everybody
he's-
comments,
He's a host because he's a
Oh.
co-host.
do I need to go in there and do it?
No, I can do it from here.
There you go.
But
yeah.
it's
He just
strange.
didn't
It's
know if
strange
were
that you
gonna-
can control everything else,
but not that.
but not the comments. Isn't that weird?
I mean, yeah. I mean, they were here on my screen,
right.
but it didn't
Weird.
control your screen.
No.
That's because that's hooked up to your HDMI, right? In there.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why.
Oh, okay.
Because mine's on my laptop running on its own.
Gotcha. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. Okay.
That makes sense.
All right. So I will man the comments then tonight. So
So then I will bring up the
Well, they figured that
other
out. I found my
media.
chapstick.
the other stuff. Yeah. What'd you say?
Y'all are doing whatever you're doing, and I was trying to get my chapstick.
Yeah, Jack shouldn't feel so bad though, because Christine is.
Christine is freezing. Well, Christine, you are more than welcome to come back.
Can she say "but" on this show?
Okay. So explain something to me. You just brought her post.
I
in.
can do it.
You can't. That's so weird.
Isn't that weird?
You can't open the comment
Because
column.
well, I think it's because this screen is hooked up via HDMI to your
Right.
computer.
Right.
So whatever
still
your screen
controlling-
is showing is what it's going to
Oh,
show.
I see what you're saying.
So I would need
So
to hook
you
the
have to change
HDMI
the main
into
screen.
this
Gotcha.
one.
I see what you're saying. Okay. Okay. I got you. I see,
Technical stuff.
I see, I see what you're putting down.
What does HDMI
Want the
stand
hard
for?
stuff or some beer?
Well, then you know what? I'll let you control the comments and just bring them up when something's interesting. There you go. I like that.
You have to open it because he can't.
Well,
pull
that's
them up.
interesting, right, Dan? That Christine needs
You
to
have to
move to
pull it open.
Arizona.
I don't think I have to. I know,
can't.
right?
I don't think he can pull him in.
He just did.
Did he do it again, Joey?
Okay, here we go. Take two.
Yep. you
Okay,
can.
there you go.
So beautiful.
He can watch him, I guess. We're not watching.
Yeah,
him.
because that's what appears on StreamYard. So what appears on
Right.
StreamYard portion, but on the right side where the
Oh, on our side for us to see. I
Yeah.
got you.
Yeah.
yeah,
I see
that's
what
under
you're saying.
his control.
Okay.
So.
I got what you're saying. I
You
got
get what
you.
I'm laying down.
I know what
there?
you're laying down.
Okay.
I got you.
What are we doing?
So what's up, everybody? How's everybody doing tonight?
5 minutes in. Good job.
We
Hi.
have a very interesting show tonight.
We do.
Really big shoe.
Really,
Probably
really
want to
and-
do.
It's really big. It's very big.
Well, I was just gonna say, I mean, Lindsay's put us on information overload the last hour.
I
And-
told you.
And we couldn't keep up with
we
with
didn't
what she
need to
was
really go
sending
down
us,
this
so-
rabbit hole. And Keith said, no, I think we should. And I was like, no, you really don't need to.
So it is a rabbit hole, and I want to do a disclaimer that we are going down a deep rabbit hole tonight. So get ready.
And
Mm.
nothing is, we are not saying any of this is true. We're also not saying any of this is untrue. We're just saying.
Well, we will have some facts tonight, but half the show won't be facts.
Yeah.
It'll be
Theories,
conspiracy theories.
ideas.
And the mixologist has helped me to navigate what we're going to do tonight.
Memes, get out of there.
She's looking for somebody. She's like,
Will you stop
did you
looking
see
for
somebody in the
Jack?"
room?
I know. Joey's out here. Jack's not here. You're missing a person. I know.
It-
Where is he?
And I want to say too that we're talking about the California fires. We're not in any way, shape, or form making light of what's going on over
No,
there.
Oh,
because
hell
not
no.
at all.
Absolutely.
We're very sad for everybody who lost their home and very
Yes.
sad for everybody who
Yeah.
lost their lives.
No, I learned yesterday. It was actually Tuesday. I learned that. So my son-in-law
Mhm.
that lives in Texas now,
Yeah.
him and my sister, they originally were in Temecula since they were married,
Mhm.
originally. So his family all
Is from there.
lives in LA area, and his dad lost his home.
That's so sad.
So yeah,
Sad.
so that's the closest that I've come. to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
sad.
So yeah,
It's terrible.
Luckily, fingers crossed, my brother's doing okay.
Yeah.
He says
So far, so
he
good.
hasn't seen any fires, so that's good. That's always a good thing.
They come
But-
fast. So
So yeah, so
he
tonight
knows where he can go.
exactly. So tonight we're going to talk a little bit about that. We'll give you some facts about what's going on over there. Plus, we're going to kind of jump down that rabbit hole and dive into some conspiracy theories because there's been a lot of them floating around on the internet, and we thought we'd bring some of those to you guys and let you form your own opinions, what you think, right? And we have a fun little fact or fiction quiz tonight
we won't be knocked off TikTok.
Because we're not
because
on
we're not
it.
on TikTok.
YouTube, potentially. You never know.
No, because
Not concerned about
most of
it.
these videos are found on YouTube.
That's true. That's true.
So I don't think we'll be kicked off YouTube
You
either.
just-
So
Keep that disclaimer at the ready.
Yeah.
yes. These are merely our opinion, not even our opinions.
No, these are
bringing
just
you
things
other
that we've
people's
seen.
opinions.
Yeah. I mean, that's part of the rabbit hole we're
Right.
going down is because what is fact? What is fiction?
We don't
anymore?
know. That's the problem. I'm not there. I'm not seeing it. I don't know.
True. Very true.
So
But first, before we get into that, I want to introduce a new YouTube channel that we have under RCJ Productions. And if you watch The Truth About Beer, you've already heard about it. But since a lot of you don't watch that, which you should,
You really should.
I figured I'd bring it up tonight too. So we've been doing a lot of work with AI lately, and it's been a lot of fun. And like Joey was talking about earlier, it's coming whether we like it or not, and it's going to keep improving. It's going to keep becoming more of our daily lives. So you can either sit back and bitch and complain about it, or you can jump on the bus and ride.
and learn how to do it. Yeah,
Right.
it's just
you have your green screen on still, babe.
Do I? Oh, I do. Look at that. That's awesome. Let's
Oh,
fix that, shall we?
here. Let me. Yeah,
You got it?
I was
go.
like, your
Well, I
shirt.
can't show you.
Okay.
Your shirt looks really weird, babe. I'm like, is that a new shirt? And then I noticed the words, and I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
we
we're on
absolutely
green
do.
screen,
We have our
so-
green screen turned on. That's awesome. It makes Drunk with Facts look kind of funky.
I know
doesn't
it looks like artistic-y almost. That's why I was looking
There
at your
we
shirt,
go.
and I was like, oh, that's really weird.
No, it hasn't
Nope,
changed it
still
here
there.
yet.
It hasn't.
Oh, so I guess I have to.
You got to do it on
Well,
this
that's
end.
weird.
That is so bizarre. Bear with us.
There we go. Now you're green again.
Holy moly.
'Cause I
See,
was like, it
That
looks
is
fine.
really weird because on my side,
It changed it.
everything was fine. But so I would think since we did it through StreamYard that it should have followed through on
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
the devices,
Yeah,
right?
You would think so.
One
and
would
our
thunk.
rabbit hole. Alice and Ivan.
You need the do 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 do.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So yeah, so we decided to experiment and use some of the material that we've been getting and add new material to it and let AI run its own podcast. And it's been very interesting. So it is called Deep Dive with Alice and Ivan. So I highly
Oh, look, hey,
recommend you
there's me.
guys to go check
Drunk
it
with
out.
facts. Yay.
Yeah, and it'll actually be a place where you can go to get a sneak peek of what episodes are coming up, right?
Yeah.
As we do these.
Yeah,
So,
we'll throw them on there as well. So it's a lot of fun. Go have a listen. It's kind of scary how accurate some of the stuff is they come up with. And I highly recommend you check it out. And of course, when you go check it out, like, share, and subscribe. And then
You should do it on me.
on you,
See what they can find on me.
I'm sure that'd be interesting.
do you really want that?
I really do. They'd be like, this lady loves hookers and trains and whiskey and dogs and and Halloween and
All right, so let's get into our little slideshow here, and we'll kind of take a look at what we got. So I titled it "What's Happening?" because
what's happening?
do we really know what's happening? Does
No.
anybody really know what's
No.
happening?
Not there. Don't know.
Don't even really know what time it is.
No,
That's
exactly.
true too.
Exactly. So, all right. So what we do know is, and
What we have been told.
this is from news
That-
sources.
again, what we have
So,
been told.
Yes, exactly. So, and I think the number's over it now, but almost 40,000 acres have burned.
Mhm.
I believe it's up to
I think we're just
2
yeah.
now or something like that. The last
just
time I
over.
looked. 27 people have died. 12,300 structures have been burned. That's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Well, and 27 people is just what's been counted so
Yeah.
far.
so
That's
far,
just
right,
what they've
yeah.
found so
Yeah.
far. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I guess some light at the end of the tunnel. I mean, the Palisades fire is 22% contained. That's still kind of low.
That's terrible.
The Eaton fire is 50% contained.
55.
55, sorry. Reading through the
First
bottom of my
fire
glasses.
is 98, which is really good.
Yep.
And auto fire is 85. And there's been 2 or 3 smaller fires that have popped up since then.
Kind of scary.
Yeah.
It really is kind of scary.
It's that 22% that's still pretty concerning. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a pretty populated area. I mean, the Palisades is huge, right? I mean, so
Well, not anymore.
that's not anymore. It's kind of scary.
So.
All right.
The rabbit hole.
The rabbit hole.
Yes, we're going to dive into conspiracies and talk a little bit about it and play some videos for you. So, you want to read that, Joey?
I can do that. So today, directed energy weapons are very real and can be used to damage and degrade equipment and signals. They might take the form of ground-based directed energy weapons, radiating lasers to blind or dazzle. How did I read that wrong?
Radiating lasers
to blind.
to blind or
Or maybe
dazzle
that from doesn't need to be there.
sensors. Yeah.
Because radiating lasers to blind or dazzle satellite sensors
Yep.
On orbit, or they could operate from space as a directed energy weapon in orbit directed to Earth.
So I know you've seen the videos of them using the lasers on different colored fabric. I know you've seen the videos of Biden saying that the houses that burned didn't have the right color roof.
That's not funny.
I know
sorry,
you've
but
seen-
It's just
Yeah, ridiculous. The blue plastic recycle bins, and it's plastic. It melts when it's hot in Arizona. Not melted, but the car's aluminum is melted into the street. Those are not the same. Like those.
no.
are
So what? How much do you
extreme-
think it would take to melt a garbage can? If you say they melt in Arizona sun, so let's
gonna
say
s-
once it's radiated maybe 130, 140
Yeah.
degrees.
Yeah.
You know, well, we're talking to melt aluminum is around
thousands.
2,200.
Yeah, thousands of degrees. Yeah, 100%.
So that's nuts.
So
Yeah.
105 to 103 degrees to melt plastic.
Oh, so it's even less. So.
Yeah, it's even less. Yeah.
And it says certain plastics.
Mhm.
How hot to melt ALU
Lindsay's fact checking.
MINUM. I have to learn how to spell.
See, and then
1,220 degrees.
for aluminum,
Yep, 1,220 degrees.
aluminum.
So you're going with to 150, we'll say at the high end of plastic, to 1,220.
So you would say, I mean, between 110 degrees to the 1,200 that vegetation should suffer a little bit,
disintegrate.
right?
A little bit.
Disintegrate. I mean, 1200 degree. You have to think about, so when you, what is it? The self-cleaning ovens.
Yeah.
Mhm.
When you turn on your self-cleaning on and then it literally
Yeah, 500 degrees or whatever.
Yeah.
pulverizes everything that's in your oven. And that's, 500 degrees for an hour or whatever. This is double that and some,
And it's continuously burning.
but the plastic is cool.
As long as it's a certain color.
So it's interesting. It's interesting.
So don't believe us? We have a video.
Oh, yeah, where's our video?
Ooh.
Mm.
Ooh.
Are you handling that?
I
part
can
of it?
handle
Oh,
the video.
cool.
Keith can do the video.
I
I'm
hope,
ready.
I hope this is the right one, but I'm going to play it anyway.
Yeah, I think.
But I
that's
told
what
you guys, this is Maui 2.0 right here. Cars completely melted into the ground. Yet the leaves of the trees right above these cars, right above the car, still intact, still fine. The bushes, fine, right here. The car is melted into the ground, just like Maui. We've been telling you guys that something is fishy here. We know what's going on. If you don't see this and understand that this is not natural, then you are an NPC. This is the Maui aftermath. You're gonna see the same aftermath in LA. You're gonna see the cars that are absolutely melted into the ground. This does not happen. Here's the aftermath from LA. These completely pulverized structures, yet this blue bin, untouched, not melted whatsoever. Melting steel cars into the ground, yet not a recycle bin. Makes sense. You know, I've seen a lot of cars completely burnt on the side of the road, exploded, and the aftermath of these cars a lot of times in my life, and I've never seen something ever melted into the ground. This is in Maui. Look, blue car, not burnt. Only car on the road, not burnt. Blue umbrellas, not burnt. At this point, it can't get any more obvious. You have to be completely programmed and brainwashed and not see what is going on here. Completely obvious what's happening.
See in the midst of 20 homes that are just totally destroyed, one home sitting there because they have the right roof on.
They literally tell you right to your face what they're doing. If you don't know what's going on, you need to look into some of this stuff because this is what's going on. It's time to expose this truth.
So very interesting.
The right roof.
The right roof, yeah.
Blue tiles.
We kind of have a bluish green tile.
We have green.
So does that mean
Yeah.
it's kind of bluish
Green
green?
says it's okay, but I can't tell you that I'm not going to pick a blue paint and paint the car. I'm going to paint my house.
Is that true, Dan?
That doesn't surprise me.
Energy weapons against U.S. soldiers over there.
Wouldn't surprise me. The
Hmm.
energy weapons have been around for a while. They've been in testing for a long time.
So I'm going to play devil's advocate here a little bit. Okay. So the video where he's showing the cars all burned up, and then he shows the one blue car that happens to be there. All right, maybe that car pulled up, right? Maybe
Well, I don't know.
maybe the
Yeah,
trash
again, it
can
wasn't there.
came after the fact.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
Wasn't
a lot of possibilities for that. But what I found interesting was the tree that wasn't burned
Right
under
above
the car,
it.
and the entire property was burned.
Right.
And there's a little demonstration of the laser where everything else was getting torched except for the blue. So that I found that kind of interesting. But to say that the other stuff couldn't have been doctored, I don't know.
All of it could be. Honestly.
Yeah, of course.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
You
But-
just
The lasers do interact with certain colors, and we know that. That's why they make them certain ways to interact with certain colors. That's why you go through radiation therapy and it only targets certain places. It's the same kind of thing. It's targeted for that.
Right,
So these
right.
lasers can be made to target anything. We
Right.
don't know. But it is interesting that the green isn't touched. So it looks like I'm just gonna say, it looks like they're trying to clear out all the homes and the buildings, but not mess with the vegetation.
Oh, interesting. That's
Mhm.
Because
interesting.
California has such bad air already, they need to keep all those plants.
and green is a product of blue.
Yes.
So it is very
It is.
interesting.
It is.
It is
Yep.
very interesting.
But the green on the video was burning.
on
Yeah.
that green,
And
yes.
then there's one later on
where the green doesn't burn
that you've got on here that it's the green that doesn't burn and the
and
blue
the blue that
burns.
does. And that's
Okay.
why I say it depends on what laser
I
they're
guess
using.
it's how it's
It's how it's calibrated.
Adjusted,
So,
yeah.
yeah.
Got
So
it.
it's very interesting, and it depends on what they're looking at.
Well, then, so then you ask why, right? You ask why, and that kind of leads into our next conspiracy theory.
Conspiracy.
Go ahead, Joey. my glasses are good, man, but that's small. For me
That
to
is
read
small
It's
print,
like,
though.
holy crap!
So conspiracies. There have been claims that these fires were intentionally started by powerful individuals or organizations for their personal gain. Some believe that these fires were a ploy for land grabs with the intention of clearing the area for development projects such as new subway systems or a fully automated city.
Yep.
What does that sound like?
So 2018, our favorite president goes to Newsom and says, you got to get your shit together with getting your state. Like, it's terrible. Everything's burning. You got to clean the vegetation up. You got to do whatever. They vote into, it's on one of the videos I sent. They voted in a, whatever it is when you vote shit in. And it's number 1 is whatever thing they passed through.
Okay.
And it was supposed to give like $300 million of taxes back to California to work on this stuff, to work on getting more ditches, to work on more waterways, work on better piping, all this kind of stuff. None of it's been done. None of it's been touched to this point. Nothing's been done with that money.
Because the water's all been sent to the Pacific Ocean.
Well, the water's all been somewhere else. They don't have enough ditches. They don't have enough of this stuff because it's all been homes. So that's what his job was. His job was to hire more people to clear off these grounds and all this other stuff. Doesn't get done. Trump tells him you need to get this stuff done. Still doesn't get done. Of course, under Biden, nothing's going to get done. And that's why the insurance has dropped people. It had nothing to do with the companies, which I had to do more research on because I thought it was them just knowing something nobody knows, which could have been too. But they drop everybody all the way back to 3 months ago until 2 weeks ago. So very interesting, but it's all because of that. So now Newsom standing in front of everybody dancing, saying that they've already got plans on how people are going to get paid as quickly as possible for their properties they can't build on. Well, how do you know they can't build on them? What if I got $8 billion sitting around and I want to build a new thing?
I mean, all they have to do is kind of like they did in Maui, come back. This is a toxic wasteland.
Yep.
Absolutely. And sell it to the highest bidder.
That's going to be 10, 12, 15, 20 years.
So, but that's the interesting thing is I don't think they're going to do it like that because they want to build on it. They want to build this new 2028 for the Olympics. So it's going to have to be well, look, the permits, you can't get them quick enough, or you don't have the money to pay for the permits to get them through that fast. So you're going to sell your property. And then guess what? Since the state owns it, now the state can change the permitting laws, and now it's just that quick. So it's very interesting.
So to Christine's comment there, it's interesting you say
Bring it back up again?
Yeah, because now I don't want to make light of the 27 people that passed, right? Because that's horrible. It's horrific.
It's terrible.
But that's not a very effective way to do that, right? There are other things that have happened in our past, which I'm not going to name on here, that I fully believe was that purpose.
But it's a very effective way to disperse people.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
100%. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And I think the casualties they have are just casualties of war. They don't really care.
Well, in reality too, I don't think they even thought about that because look at Florida. Okay. Every time they get a hurricane, they tell people it's a mandatory evacuation. How many people stay behind?
Oh, tons.
And how many people die because of that?
Tons.
Right. It's the same thing here. Some of these people have worked their whole lives to get these houses.
Well,
I'm not saying I'd be that kind of person.
Like standing on his roof.
But some of these people aren't going to leave their home. This is what they built. They're going to try to protect it. And of course, a lot of times a byproduct
you could
of that
lose,
is
and
you
that's
can lose your
fine.
life. So I don't think thinning out the population was really the targeted.
No,
here. I mean,
dispersing them.
Yeah,
getting them out of
she said it was actually reducing the population, though.
No, they're going to take away numbers.
And maybe you meant that, Christine. Maybe you meant by reducing the population in those areas. Is that what you were talking about, or actually
killing people off,
getting rid of them?
Well, I mean, if you look at an election map of where the red and blue really are, these are very concentrated blue areas, and they need to spread the blue.
You make me want to pull up that map now to see.
No, that's true.
Is the fires all the red areas?
No,
is that what you're saying?
100%. That's all where all the red areas are. And they're thinking if they disperse them to other states that are on that teetering edge, now you've just pushed that whole state.
Arizona, we need to build a wall. We need to extend beyond the border.
We need to put it around ourselves. So it's very interesting. There's a lot out there and I don't know what to believe.
This is a more believable conspiracy, though, because if you look back, are you going to tell me that
The red and
in
blue,
the history of no?
Oh, okay.
In the history of our country,
That too.
there hasn't been any nefarious acts to relocate people.
Absolutely.
It's happened.
Well,
yeah.
so
multiple
the natives. Is that what you're talking
going
about?
Not only that, but I'm saying since then too. That's a good point.
So another video I sent you, Joey, that I
Okay.
haven't had a bunch of time to look into. Speaking of relocating natives, North Carolina, Arca, whatever, the big town out there that really got hit and hammered. Asheville, thank you, has the biggest lithium deposit under it. All those mining rights just got done 2 months before this flood.
That's as good as gold.
It's interesting. But you can't mine on it till those homes are gone.
Right. There goes DARPA. There goes HARP. There goes all that stuff. You know.
Just saying.
Here we go.
That's interesting. On what that. They also did to where the very first day that the clouds were clear.
Yeah.
Biden wanted to come in and land and hang out with everybody.
Right.
In Asheville.
Find a good ice cream joint.
Okay. Oh, it gets better than this. So they shut down all rescue because they have to clear air traffic control from, what did he say? It was 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Right? That was his adjusted time. Then this is a first responder that's actually telling this story. Okay. And he's saying that they were all super pissed because this was the very first day that it was actually clear. They were super excited to get out there and like be able to get to people and all this kind of stuff. Now they're grounded for this whole time. He never landed. He flew around up top. 15 minutes out of that whole 8 hours. Did a drive-by and then left and came back. And their whole production on going to get people was stopped. So that was interesting.
That's interesting.
And then Kamala's lovely photo op in front of the big plane that had all the supplies that were going there never left the airport in LA to go to North Carolina. It was there for the photo op and that's it.
We don't want to get started on that.
Don't get us started on that.
Dad, don't get me in trouble.
So let's play our second video. So I think it talks about a little bit of this, doesn't it? If I remember correctly.
I think it did.
This has to do with land, but not exactly what we're talking about.
This is interesting. Yes, this goes into our whole automated city area and the Olympics.
This one does?
Yes, because it's the land on where it's planned.
Okay, here.
The newly announced high-speed rail map compared to the fires. Not saying anything, just showing you a picture.
You almost need to play that and pause it for a second.
Yeah, do it again.
Yeah, I can't pause it, but I'll play it again.
The newly announced high-speed rail map compared to the fires. Not saying anything, just showing you a picture.
The new high-speed rail map. See, I don't know anything about that. I've heard a couple things, but they have enough underground tunnels in LA already. It doesn't really matter. They don't need a new high-speed rail map.
Yeah, that was interesting though.
It's a lot easier than the old eminent domain kind of
and
land grab. So
and
natural disaster.
Well, and that's why the 2028 LA 2.0 is interesting too, because where are you going to build all those buildings if you're already full?
And I have that video.
Now you're not. So that's very interesting.
You want me to play that video?
No, go ahead. Keep on with your conspiracy theories.
I think that's the last slide before we get into our fact or fiction, isn't it? I only had a couple of slides because I figured we get into conversation.
There's plenty to talk about.
There is. So let me play this video.
That is the last one.
Okay.
That's what
no, there is a next slide, it says. So there's one more.
Okay, let's do one more then.
Several more, but
as far as
is there another one?
This.
Should we go next?
Forward and let's see.
No.
Oh no, that's it.
I guess they just pulled over those.
Fact or fiction.
Okay.
Son of a bitch. All right. So let's
Oh
go.
wait, no, I didn't
leave
need to
it
bring
out,
that
that's
up, but okay.
Well, you don't have
Pull it
to.
out.
You can shut it down for now until we go into.
So we're
fact or
ready to
fiction.
go.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. Here's the next video.
No.
I just did. Never mind.
So the thing that's interesting is that was published in December 2020. If you look at the bottom left of that poster. And if you go on their website, it tells you every plan they have all planned out. What are you eating?
Let's do that. I'm going to play that again. So the smart LA is fascinating, right?
That is.
Kind of
And I know there was another video that we watched that
Tons of them.
There were tons of
Tons
them.
of them.
Or there were tons of them, but I remember seeing something where Biden came to Newsom and said, you got to have LA completely
Ready
for
Yeah.
the Olympics. And, you know,
Yep.
it's almost like whatever it takes.
So it's almost like they realized their state went to shit.
And they got to clear it out.
And now this is their way of clearing it out. I mean,
Well, you become a sanctuary city, and what happens?
Well, and then, so let's get super talking of Sanctuary City. Let's get really down that hole,
boy.
Joey. Have you seen Divergent?
I have seen the Divergent series.
Okay.
Yes.
What is that city? That is their test city. Where do they go back to? Their sanctuary that's hidden, that's fenced off, that's all cleared out by everything else. What does that smart city sound like?
You need to go back and watch those again. I'm sorry. It's been a while. But
we just watched them
Yeah.
recently.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
interesting.
Because they have this whole, it's Chicago. That's their test city. That's all in that fence that has all these different sanctions that are all fighting, and they have their jobs, and they're testing out essentially how this city runs. And they have like a watch, I'm going to call it, of this city that's behind these cloaks. Remember all the moving drones that mask everything?
Yeah.
And that's where that sanction city is, that holds everything. That is the light of everything. That's where that is. And it's a fully smart
the
city.
beacon of
Yeah,
the
it's a
world.
Yes.
fully smart city with elevators that just go up in the sky to nowhere and that's where everything is done. But that's where everybody's living and testing out all these other stuff. So is that what we're turning into? Are we going to have this?
LA's going to be the beacon to the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fenced off by everybody. Everybody's going to eventually forget about it. And California is just going to be,
Well, there's no other place they could really do that.
no.
No, it's true.
No.
They wouldn't get away with it
No.
anywhere
No.
else.
Your other maybe place would be like Washington, D.C., but it's too small. It's landlocked.
Mhm.
You can't do anything there.
'Cause I don't
California,
even think New York did get away with that.
no,
There's
because
no
you
way.
have upper New York that wouldn't handle it.
There's
And
no
again, you're
way.
landlocked. You have such a small area
Yeah.
that you would be able to get away with it with. With California, like you said, you take out these main hubs, you have these little stuff in between, but it can chase those guys out. Again,
Yeah.
lots to think about.
Interesting.
Lots that my brain has been down these rabbit holes.
So I want to jump to the last. I'll jump to the last video. So the last video is one that I find very, very interesting.
And I do want to
Yeah.
say something before you get into that, though. I mean, it has to do with it.
Okay.
Because, and it really comes down to, even Gavin Newsom came on, CNN or whatever it is, doing all that, talking about all the disinformation that's being
Oh, yes.
dispelled, or put out there. And, I mean, that's the big question. What really is the disinformation? Is it all from the left, or could it be from the right?
Or is it just
Is
people guessing that don't know?
Yeah, I mean, but how do we
Discern.
discern it?
The outsiders. Again, like
You
we
know?
talked about the
So
AI
even though
stuff.
he brings it up, I don't trust the guy
Mm-mm.
for anything.
No.
Mhm.
But still, it's a good question.
It is.
It's very
well, that's
pertinent to everybody. I
the
mean, we
Hollywood
all
sign.
need to discern.
information. Yeah.
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 Well, that's again the Hollywood sign. On
and-
fire? Not on fire.
It's not on fire.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we all believed it was for a while because there was a bunch of videos coming out. What do we believe? I'm not seeing it. I don't know.
So,
I can only go off of what I've seen and what I know people who've told me who are there. I don't know anything else.
Can
I
our
can't believe
eyes and
it.
ears deceive us?
Nowadays, absolutely.
We're gonna find that out, aren't we?
Absolutely.
Definitely gonna find that out tonight. So I think you have a little blurb on misinformation versus disinformation, don't you?
Well, it's a test question.
Oh, okay.
Well, we can go kind of.
Are we going to do your
Let's see.
last video? Didn't you have a last video or no?
Well, I can.
Or do you want to do that after?
We can do these test questions.
Okay.
You got to break it up a little.
out of.
I don't know what y'all got. I'm not here for the planning, so I'm just here for the show.
So the big question here, well, one of the big questions.
The big question.
So, and let's see how many people out there know the answer, because I really didn't know the answer till I read it.
Has Keith seen the answers?
I have not.
Oh,
So, what is the difference between misinformation and disinformation? The difference between misinformation and disinformation. Chime in as quick as you can.
See, to me, misinformation is what's publicized, right? It's put out there. You put out misinformation.
like
I think,
CNN or somebody.
I think disinformation would be. How do I want to say this? I'm trying to think the best way to say this.
See, can I say mine? Because I think I haven't figured out how I want to say it.
Okay.
So misinformation is semi-true. Hey, California's on fire, but like, oh, it's not only the Palisades, it's blah 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 too. So it's adding to it. Disinformation is, hey, the Hollywood sign's on fire when it's not.
Okay, interesting.
You're not too far off.
That's kind of along the lines of what I was thinking, but not
like this is still some sort of true, but I'm adding to it for miss.
So
this is blatantly true.
One's a total myth. The other one is it's kind of sort of true.
We're just
and that's
spreading
different. From you said it was semi.
Yeah, like we're just stretching the truth a little bit.
So, but what this says.
And
of course, do we believe it?
I know.
The answers here says misinformation is false or inaccurate information spread unintentionally.
Okay.
Unintentionally.
Gotcha.
Unintentionally
spread. Okay.
Where disinformation is a deliberate, fabricated, and spread with the intent to deceive.
So I had it backwards.
Okay.
I had it backwards then.
So miss is, oh, hey, Joey, I heard Keith talking about whatever, not meaning to spread anything that was maybe true or what I thought, just happening to.
Just like the game of telephone.
Yeah.
Telephone game. Yep.
Okay.
So that spreads misinformation. Nobody's doing it on purpose.
Fully
it's just how it progresses.
how it happens.
Disinformation is, hey, I want to make people believe the Hollywood sign's on fire.
Okay.
Someone to put a video out there about it.
And you blatantly go and make that video.
Did anybody from the audience have a comment on it?
I didn't see any comments on it.
I see 8
But
of them.
how many of you got it right?
Okay.
We want to know.
I don't know if any of them are new because we don't have it pulled up.
Let's see those hands. Let's see. Give us a thumbs up if you got it right, if you were right about that question. And I want to know how many people actually subscribe to these conspiracy theories.
How
many people really
subscribe to what end though?
I get hooked pretty easily.
I can see that it has a potential. Like that laser beam, they have them out there on planes. I can see right there that
you're not all in though. You're not all in. Like, yep, that's what happened. They use a laser beam.
No, I'm
to set
usually
the
not
on
on many things though.
I know. Okay, so
I'm that one that's going to toe the line.
Yeah, there was another video you shared with us that we didn't get a chance.
Oh, there's a ton of them.
Oh, yeah, there were.
No, I went crazy at the end.
But there was one where they were showing some crazy shit happening in the
sky with the cloud.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Like, what the hell was that? Then there's a totally different one that's in there too, if you watch it, that talks about, everybody was talking about these fogs and these weird clouds the last couple weeks over different parts of the country. Apparently, there's these scientists who started testing it to figure out what the hell it was. Like, just take a jar of air and see what it's more dense with. And it's full of this chemical that apparently is used to make holographic pictures.
Okay.
So they use it at Fantasia.
So they're thinking
at Disneyland.
Well, exactly. But they're also thinking that this is to somehow holographically project things in the sky. Whether it's planes,
that'd be awesome.
Whether it's aliens, whether it's whatever. Yeah. You're like, can you put up Star Wars in the cloud, please? That'd be great.
So are the drones really not up there?
Right, exactly. It's all hologram.
I don't know. Then there's a video of a drone 10 feet.
We saw that one.
10 feet or 15 feet above somebody's house, literally right
fire
there.
Chemicals or something.
No, that's a different one. This is just
delivering a baby.
This is in.
I'm sorry.
No, this is in. What's the Philadelphia?
Jersey?
Yes, in
Okay.
Philadelphia over
Okay.
there, and it's those drones, but it was super low, and it's literally like spraying chemicals. It's all pss, 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 and it shows it on the thing. That was super crazy.
You know,
You didn't use your right guard this morning, did you?
again,
I know.
Again, we do so much with AI, you just don't know what's
No,
fake.
this
You
seemed pretty
really
good.
don't.
This didn't seem AI, but
see
again,
some-
I don't know.
There's a great segue right there, huh?
Yeah, I don't know.
into what?
Into what we have here.
Oh, okay.
So here's a picture. What say you? Is that
I
a
say-
real picture or is that an
Oh.
AI?
I was like, I
generated
say that looks bad. Is my response?
It looks terrible.
It
and
looks
terrifying.
terrible. Is it AI generated? Oh, Keith's getting out the whiskey again. Okay. Well, is it AI generated? Joey might be passed out here tonight. I'm gonna say no.
You're saying that
I'm gonna say it's real.
that's real. All right.
I'm gonna go. I'm
What do you think?
I'm
there?
85.
Oh my God!
You don't have to drink the whole thing.
I better not.
The game's called Fact or Fiction.
So
is this a
Joey's-
fact or is it a fiction?
So
picture?
Joey's spending the night. I'm gonna say 80% that's real.
80% fact,
80%.
20% fiction.
Yes.
Any other takers?
Holy but Jesus! I guess they're both sleeping together tonight.
I mean, I have to, bow
Yeah,
out.
I think I should put that over here.
Because you know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say 80-20. I'm gonna go 80%. I believe that's real. 20% it could be AI.
All right, come on. In the audience,
What are you
let us know.
saying?
Fact or Fiction.
Oh, you know.
Yeah, I
Damn
can't participate.
Don't let it be just me. I think it could be real.
What do you guys think? Looking at this.
That's a lot of whiskey.
Come on, everybody
guys.
needs to participate.
Oh, yeah, it is.
And you don't have any ice or anything in there?
It's the way to drink it.
Joey likes a little bit of ice.
That's all right.
You want to go get some ice?
No.
You have your
Ice,
bucket of
ice,
ice?
baby.
No, I don't have my bucket of ice because it's not truth about beer. Only
All
truth
right,
about
we
beer
got
gets a bucket.
one fact
Fact that it's
from bios to books.
Allison,
that-
Christine, what do you guys think? You think
fact that
you think
it's an
We need more
AI or
people
fact
to-
that it's
is it-
real.
Is that fact? Is that true? Is that a real image or is that a fiction image?
He's saying it's a real image.
And
It's a fact.
Allison says it's fact. Too.
Fiction would be AI. So if
Okay.
you say it's fiction, it's AI. Christine, what do you think? Come on, Christine. You can't
Am I the only one who gave numbers?
you can't-
80-20?
you can't Google with this one. You have to come up with a real answer.
So fact means 100% that it's real.
Yes.
No, I'm not that confident.
Fiction
Christine's
means it's
going
AI.
fiction.
Really? Okay.
All right. So we got one fiction. So that plays
3
into.
facts. I'm going 80-20.
I can't do the math right now. What?
Mom goes fiction.
Oh,
Okay.
there we got another fiction.
Fitty
All right.
fitty.
All right. That is a fitty fitty. Here we go. Whoops.
You gonna tell me?
I'm going to tell you.
That is a real photo.
That is a real photo.
Okay.
I
I was
read-
like, it looks
All right.
pretty.
You ready for the next one?
I'm ready.
You ready for the next one? All right.
Fiction. AI.
Really?
Your
Why?
guys look too perfect. They're not cloudy.
Not cloudy.
They're not smoky. Your guys are too perfect.
They're American heroes.
They're in
I
front
know
of the
they're
smoke,
American.
though. The
I
smoke's
know.
behind
I'm
them.
going fiction.
Okay.
All right. Christine's with you. She says she thinks that's AI.
That's damn good flames for AI.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Well, no, Christine's coming back in with fiction. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
We
saying.
need some more. We need
saying
some more.
it's
Everybody,
fakers.
everybody chime in.
Fakers.
Rumble, you guys can type in
Fake
fake.
or fact?
fakers.
Fake or fact?
All you rumblers can chime in too.
Yeah, those flames are okay, but they're not that great.
They're hot. I can feel them from here.
Oh, we got a fact.
We got a fact
Allison
and a
goes-
fiction and another fact.
Another fact.
So
okay.
again, fitty
So
fitty.
like another fitty fitty.
Fitty fitty.
Let's do
All
it.
right, here we go. Wah, wah,
I
wah.
told you.
That is a damn good picture.
That is really
No,
good.
Damn
their
good
guys are
picture.
different. The guys are weird. Memes, get out of there. I'm gonna beat your ass.
Hey, we are doing a show. You know.
She's in there eating your garbage.
I have nothing in the garbage.
Well, not anymore. 'Cause she ate it.
I don't put food in the garbage.
She came out chomping
All
on
right,
things. So
probably a
what'd you
tissue.
have in
How many
there?
did we have? 5 or 4?
We had 5.
Okay, so
We have a few
here's
more.
number 3.
3
Number 3.
fact. That's real. Yeah, that's real.
Why do you say that's real?
Because the way the homes are in the back, they're not perfect. They're all messed up, and the smoke is consistent with that in it. And you can see the water coming down from the helicopter or plane, and those flames still spewing up under it.
All right. So far, we're 100% with you there.
Wow, are we going fast on this one?
Fact.
We just
fact.
need Christine. Christine, you need to.
Where's Christine?
You need to chime in.
She's Googling it. She's the Googler.
No cheating.
She says number 3 fact. Thank you, Christine, for putting your numbers.
All right. Ding.
Woohoo! Why you gotta doubt me on my questions?
All right.
I wasn't doubting you.
Everybody got that one.
You were doubting me.
All right. Here we come with number 4.
4. Fiction. Your plants are weird.
Plants are weird.
Yeah, your trees are weird.
You could have different camera settings and stuff
No,
like that.
trees
Though,
are weird.
you know?
I'm gonna go no.
Right.
Plus your light in your flame in the white part on the left is weird. You have some weird reflection in there.
Refraction.
Refraction.
It's weird. No,
Let's
I'm
see,
going
we got-
fakers. And the ground's weird. It's not flat. No, I'm going fakers. Look at the driveway in the
Everybody's
second
going
house in.
fiction on this one. That's interesting. Okay.
See your house
get it.
second part
Wait
in
for
on the
Dan.
one side. Your
There we
driveway
go.
is weird.
All right. 100%.
100% fiction.
Papa Joey sucks at that one.
Fiction.
You tried to alter that one.
I tried to. I
It
tried to
wasn't-
fix it.
wasn't
But yeah, you're right. The roads needed
The
to
roads
be,
are weird. Like your
They
driveways
look
are
too
strange.
perfect.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and your driveways are strange. Like some of them are. It's just, and their trees are weird.
Yeah.
If it had a smoky smoke
They were
over it-
Christmas trees.
yeah, they're
Yeah.
weird.
All right. Here's
All
the
right.
last one.
Last
Last one.
Ooh. Ooh.
So that's a distance shot.
Ooh.
Fire truck was pretty real.
Meh.
But again, it's a distance shot. I could take a picture and you don't know.
Got 2 facts so far. 3 facts.
That's a big fire.
I'm gonna go fiction.
1 fiction.
I'm gonna go fiction. Everybody else says fact.
So
I'm gonna
right
be the,
now.
I'm gonna be the only one.
So
on
that's
fiction.
that 80-20 thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm gonna go 50-50 on it because the road is too perfect. There's no
Well, I mean, as far as your opinion. on
me.
it, but I
I'm gonna
mean,
say no.
But
for-
if you say fiction, then we're
they're all
then we're
fact.
at
I say
80-20,
fiction.
so.
Yeah.
all right. So, but you're going
No,
in
yes.
for fiction.
For me, I'm 50-50 on the picture, which is making me go that it's not real because there's not enough to make me think it is real. So let's see.
Wah, wah,
Yeah.
wah.
So go back to
That's
that picture.
that's amazing, though, isn't it?
I mean,
So-
seriously, for AI, that's a pretty damn.
That's
good
pretty
picture.
good. You want to know what
Yeah.
made me think it was real? The cactuses, the way they're sitting. I like that. The way the streets, the way the bushes are and stuff
Those
like that.
Joshua
they look
trees.
they look real. But the thing that really made me think it wasn't real was the road.
I'll tell you what.
The lines are imperfect, which is
So-
nice.
Where I decided is because it's too symmetrical. The dude's
Yes.
driving down the middle of the road,
Exactly in the
trucks
middle.
pulled over, heading this direction,
Yeah, true.
away from the fire.
Yeah. Not even that, but again, the road is too perfect. There's no potholes, there's no cracks, there's
It's
no
not Texas, that's for
It's
sure.
not-
no.
Yeah, yeah.
Like there's no
Well, California ain't that way. Either.
Yeah. It's nice how they did make the lines a little imperfect.
Yeah.
Like this 1st
Mhm.
yellow line's imperfect, but it's too clean, which would never be that way. Come on
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
You're in the middle of the desert. It's going to be dirty and light and all this other stuff. Plus the fact that he is exactly symmetrical over that yellow line. Come on.
Yeah. And see, and the other part of, because I did, graphic design as school wise.
Yeah.
You have one big tree on the left side, and then you got 2 small trees on the right side to balance that
To balance
out. But,
that big
but
tree.
they're
Yeah.
different
Yeah.
to balance it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And and the big flames are right
in the middle.
in the
Yeah.
middle. So
With all the little
Yeah.
ones. Yeah. So it disperses it and catches your eyes. Yep. It's a little too,
but it's
but it's really
it's a
good.
great picture.
Like the bushes, again, from that angle, those bushes are believable, which is usually the biggest thing that throws everybody off is the landscaping's weird. So it's pretty good.
Yeah, that's a good picture.
Even the fire truck's pretty good, but I had some doubts.
Pretty amazing.
It's pretty good.
So how do we avoid
Being scammed.
being sucked into the disinformation?
Watch Alice and Ivan.
Again, I don't think we can. I think this is kind of the world that we're in, and we again have to learn before we make decisions on anything, whether it's believing what's happening, supporting something, sending money somewhere, getting sucked into this agenda, is you have to do your own research on everything. Look into it. If I can find 7 things that are truly reporting the same thing, then cool, it's probably true. But if I can't, then it's probably not.
We have to play the last video though.
Let's do it.
Let's do
This is
it.
my favorite video.
I don't know what it is. Probably one
you
of
want me
the
to do it, Joey?
billion I've sent you.
Yes.
There's been a bunch. The Truth About Beer messages is full.
Here is the last video.
It's not funny. It's kind of funny.
Which is probably one of the most interesting videos to me. I don't know if it was. I won't say anything. We'll
Say
talk,
it.
we'll talk
Let's
about
watch
it
it.
after.
First piece of advice to you is let's take care of our mental and physical health first before we embark upon what is going to be a journey to rebuild these communities back and rebuild them better than they were when we started this fire.
Lindsay doesn't get it.
Who is that weird bald guy?
What? You're joking, right?
No, who is that guy?
Let me play that again, folks.
First piece of advice to you is let's take care of our mental and physical health first before we embark upon what is going to be a journey to rebuild these communities back and rebuild them better than they were when we started this fire.
Oh. Now I see that it's Billy Joel. Sorry, don't judge me.
Oh man, I'm totally judging you right now.
You were. You wouldn't let me. You want to know why? That's because you wouldn't let me go see him in concert.
Oh yeah, sure.
No.
Okay, that was the reason.
You don't need to go see him because
I want
you
to go
got
see
Keith.
him.
Keith knows all of his songs.
I know, and he's really good at it, but I still want to go see him. Keith's got to see him a bunch of times.
Twice.
I know I've never got to see him.
I want to, Joey. We should go.
Is he going to be back anytime soon?
No,
I think
we have
he's
to go
at
to New
Madison
York.
Square Garden.
I don't blame him. I wouldn't be
He's doing
driving
Is it
either.
a monthly show? he
It's a
still does?
resident. I think he does it. Yeah.
He does it like once every 2 weeks or once a
I
month.
think it's a month. I think.
I want to go.
I've seen that one of the lives that they did on it.
Yeah.
I want to go. But
Even
Keith-
at- even
Whatever it was, ABC or
Keith won't let
CBS,
me spend
whoever
the
was
money.
playing it, it got to that point and they just cut it right. at
You're
the
like,
end.
damn it.
They're
And
like,
everybody
time
pissed
out.
off. Everybody was pissed off. And
Okay. Oh, I remember
They had
that.
to
Everybody's mad
replay
about it.
Yeah.
But going back to that video, since before you got all mad that I didn't know who Billy Joel was because he looks old and
that
terrible
wasn't
right
the
now.
important.
No,
The
that wasn't
important
there.
part is that he says we got to fix our mental health before we fix the damage that we did when we started these fires.
Now, was that a slip?
How would you slip that?
I don't know.
How is that a slip?
I
Hey,
don't know.
honey, I blew up the car. You
Hey,
can't
Jack.
make shit up.
Hey,
Hi,
Jack.
Jack.
We miss you, Jack.
Are you freezing your cojones off?
The fires look warm.
I bet they do.
I
Like,
don't-
how do you, yeah, there was judgment a second ago, Jack. How do you slip that when it's not something you can't slip? Like, I can't slip and say I'm the president of the United States if I'm not the president of the United States. Like, slip for what?
I don't know. What do you guys think? What's the audience think? I'm curious.
And especially the fact that he didn't look surprised when he said it. There was no like, because if you say something, and especially if it's something somebody's
you might
not supposed
try
to
to correct
know,
yourself or something.
you're not like,
Yeah.
or you look shocked or your eyes do something. Like his facial expressions are zero shits given.
It was interesting.
Because you know when you say something like, if I'm trying to surprise you and I'm like, oh, Keith, Joey's coming over. Oh, I mean for Friday and not like nothing.
Yeah, I see your point. But you got to know you're on air. You're in front of how many people?
Ryan,
So did
Are you
Newsom.
really gonna, you know?
What the hell? Have you seen? So sorry, because now we're just going to do it. Have you seen all the football players? I don't watch football, but all the
doing
football players.
Trump dance, yeah.
That is great.
I don't think a lot of them will be doing the Newsom dance.
No, that'd be great. But like, yeah.
I don't know about these other.
And that's the
questions.
thing. Like, he didn't even seem fazed by it. That's how I know that it's true, because you didn't even.
Well, Christine thinks it was purposely set. It was
That he
purposely
said
done
this on purpose.
On purpose.
I don't think I would be taking that blame. Just saying.
I don't know.
Well, let's ask this.
You have more questions, Joey?
I mean, there were 10 of them totally, but
Totally.
But I don't wanna go
Totally
through all
tubular,
of them.
dude.
Because a lot of these you'd have to have seen the whole Alex and Ivan.
Alice.
And the whiskey kicks in.
In California, you might find Alex and Ivan,
That's
but
true.
you know.
Oh,
But yeah, if you saw the or heard the whole Alice and Ivan,
Which I will post it
podcast,
tomorrow.
yeah, then
Okay, you better.
you would be able to answer all the questions, or you should be able to if you pay attention.
yes.
So, what is a common characteristic of conspiracy theories regarding powerful entities?
What is it? What?
I'll repeat that.
Yes, please.
Please do.
What is a common characteristic
Okay.
of conspiracy theories
Uh-huh.
when it's in regards to powerful entities?
Control. Joey's looking like, no, Keith's not even close.
Oh, I haven't read it yet.
Oh, okay.
I'm looking at the answer now.
I mean, I say control. That's one of the most commonalities.
So what's the
right?
commonality between these? Essentially, is what you're telling me with powerful people.
What
That's your question.
powerful people in conspiracy theories?
What's the commonality of them? See, but it's not really ever a person that we're blaming it on. It's a theory that groups and
I don't think the answer really answers it.
No.
oh, well, good, because the
No.
question's super confusing.
Yeah, because it says conspiracy theories often attribute events to secret or malevolent actions of powerful groups or individuals, such as governments, corporations, or
Get
entities.
out of there.
or
Well, that's
elites.
true.
That I can kind of go with, because
is
it is.
true.
I guess it does.
That is kind of more
in
what
a
I was
way. I mean,
thinking. Is
that's-
it's not really a person; it's more a group or an entity or
yeah, and in this, elites is what it says
Yeah.
at the end, which.
Because it is. Every time you talk about a conspiracy theory, it's always about some nefarious act, right? It's always
Right, or
about something-
protecting,
Right.
either protecting or
or
benefiting.
disarming
Yeah.
them. Yeah.
Right. So I said control.
All right.
It wasn't right, but
Okay.
so to speak.
Christine or Dad says deliberate targeting things. So yeah.
Well, this is interesting.
No, the
So, what is meant by the
below
term
that is
smart
interesting.
city
one
in the
below that's
context
interesting.
of conspiracy theories?
What is meant by smart city?
Yeah. So, how does smart city play into the context of a conspiracy theory?
They want them to be.
You have to. So in this context, to me, it would be you have to get rid of the existing infrastructure before you can create that smart city.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. The long answer
Oh boy.
Is yes.
Okay. In conspiracy theories, smart city often refers to a plan to establish technologically advanced urban areas with extensive surveillance. Wow, we're talking about
I like that.
divergence. series.
Divergent.
Okay.
See?
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 Yeah.
Yeah. Technological advanced urban areas with extensive surveillance and control, potentially at the expense of individual liberties.
Okay. Divergent. Thank you very much. Have a good day.
I wasn't horribly off, but I wasn't right.
Yeah.
No,
Next.
maybe.
Oh,
Maybe.
maybe not.
Get back to the question side of it.
Get back to you're a terrible producer. Let's get these questions going.
Well,
No, you want to know what's
give
terrifying.
Joey some credit. I texted it to him, so he's trying to
Oh, well,
fish through all this.
That's
stuff.
kind of amazing then. So this is the thing that intrigues me.
Oh boy, here we go.
Shut up. Is that all of this was built from AI, correct?
The questions?
Yes, and the
Yes.
answers.
100%.
Yep.
That's pretty along with our conspiracy theories. So is the conspiracy theories out there enough to tweak AI? Because AI is controlled.
Well,
It's continually changing.
You know what I mean?
but let's be fair. We gave it some context.
No,
to
we
go
did.
off of, so
We did, but it's still
It's-
building
well, I
its
guess.
own answers.
Yeah, it's continually learning.
Yeah.
Is what it is.
Right.
What-
So
I
it's
guess
and
is
it's
what I
always
meant to
getting
say.
whatever's out there. So it's very interesting that this is what it's seeing.
yeah.
Because you would think conspiracy theory is the path untraveled. It's not the one everybody agrees with. That's why you're a conspiracy theorist, because you're the oddball out. So the fact that they can grab up on this shows me that there's enough information out there to pull it in. Right? You
Yeah.
with me down that hole?
Yeah, I know what you're
Okay.
saying.
Yeah.
Getting up what
We
I'm
should
putting
have brought
down.
the tinfoil hat down for this
Oh.
episode.
He's looking kind of bad. He's under New Year's.
I
He's
know.
not
All
looking
right.
great right now.
Well, this last one's going to be a two-parter.
Okay, I'm ready.
And it's kind of deep,
Two first.
kind of, but not
Okay.
really.
Let's do it.
So part one, what is the potential danger of uncritically accepting information shared on social media?
So the danger of accepting.
Yeah, what's the potential danger of uncritically, like just accepting it for what it is at
That
face
it's-
value?
That
You're
it's
not-
all disinformation.
Yeah, you're
right?
not doing
And-
any
and-
research
right,
on
yeah.
it. You're literally
You're
just
just
taking it at
playing-
face value and going
Right.
with it.
Right.
Yeah, and then you're continuing that
Yep.
terribleness. Let's see
Yeah.
what they say, though. Say, uncritical acceptance of information on social media can lead to belief in false narratives, making individuals vulnerable to manipulation and potentially causing harm to themselves or others.
Okay.
Which I get, because
Good
think
answer.
about, not that we didn't see this, but let's say the whole toilet paper thing. Oh, you're running out of toilet paper. You're never going to have it. Okay, so you're going to go believe this. What if you're on a limited income? What if you're on a limited budget? You've now spent that $50 you had for groceries on toilet paper. That's damage to you. That's now not feeding your kids. That's
Right.
now whatever, because you believed this whim without doing your research into
It'd
it.
be devastating to a family.
So it
Yeah.
could be
Now you don't have meat or money for formula.
exactly, or diapers or
Right.
whatever. Like that could be bad. Same thing with hoarding food or hoarding. What pads and tampons went on a thing. I'm like, only half the people use these. Why are we out of time? I don't understand. Like it's just falling into that trap. Because you can get sucked into that real easy. Hey, we're running out of water. You need to go get extra bottled water. Like it's falling into that
Right.
without knowing what's truly going on. And you could hurt your family that way. You could not feed your kids. You could not have gas to go to work. I mean,
Well, that was the whole 2020. to
exactly. And that's
2022.
that's
right?
how
I
that
mean, it was-
disinformation really hurt everybody, because they kind of fell into that trap.
So I guess that's why part two
You
of the
don't,
question.
Because you have a crazy daughter-in-law that only goes to Costco once every 6 months.
Part two is really important.
Okay.
Okay. What's part two?
And it's why is media literacy crucial in today's information landscape?
Ah. Interesting. Interesting question.
Mm-hmm.
Now
I
what-
like the question.
Yeah, I do too. So they mean media literacy by, what do they mean by that?
Yeah,
Do
that
they mean
doesn't-
by,
Well, I mean,
you know,
by
I'm glad you want to
how
clarify that.
interpreting it or
How you're
analyzing it
Yes.
to be
one side or the other.
not even that.
to navigate it.
Right.
You are, because
right.
you're navigating the direction that it goes
You
in.
know?
Like I can say, babe, guess what? I just got a new car. Yay, babe, thanks. It's great. Or I can go, babe, guess what? I had to get a new car.
I don't think that's what it means though.
That's how I'm thinking it of,
No,
because
it's-
they're saying it's the same thing they're saying.
Well, it's yeah, kind of, but they're saying you're on social media and you're getting bombarded with all this information. You know, what do you need to do to be critical about that information?
Right.
You know, how do you
But that's-
translate that into what's
That's not a news thing, though.
No, but if you're asking if somebody's literate, do they understand what they're reading? Right.
Right.
That's what
That's
being
true,
literate
yeah.
means. By the way, are you saying, Joey, that on social media you're drunk with facts?
I am drunk with this is AI facts.
Should be AA facts, but you know, it's fine. Wow.
All right.
Some more
So
bullet?
back to the question, because I'm
Yeah.
fudging lost now. What are we asking me?
I think if I give you the answer,
It'll help me answer the question.
It'll
Let's
help
do it.
clarify the question. So uncritical acceptance of information on social media can lead to belief in false narratives. Right. So making individuals vulnerable to manipulation and potentially causing harm to themselves or others.
It doesn't make sense with the question.
It doesn't?
No, because it talks about literacy. And it talks about news outlets, not social media. That's where I got lost.
Arthur, we drank half this bottle tonight. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. We did not.
No, actually, they probably drank this much of the bottle.
Yeah, not too bad. It's good stuff.
I just realized this isn't charging over here.
Really?
Is that bottom one on a...
There is a plug-in on the side. Is the button turned on?
That plugged into the wall.
Oh, the wall should be fine. Isn't there a strip on
I'm
that
not-
side? No, here, flip it over on this side.
But his computer is plugged into the wall directly.
Here, give me your charger and I can plug it on this side.
It's just getting close to being dead.
That outlet should work.
Table.
Oh, dear.
That outlet should work though.
What's plugged into that outlet?
My power supply.
Oh,
Is-
that's weird.
Maybe that top one's weird.
Is it on a switch? Is it turned upside down?
Oh,
It is turned
it-
upside down.
It is, so it's a switch.
It's on a switch.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's what it is.
No. Oh, I
Yep,
see your light.
Yep.
You're
I
good.
got light now.
So it's on a
Yay.
switch. Damn, this house and the switches drive me freaking crazy.
Now it's
Now it would be good, huh? So let me read the question again.
All right,
Yes.
go for it.
Now that I know the answer, I can maybe sort of understand it because that is not what I got at all.
And I mean, when you
again-
say why is media literacy crucial?
That makes
When you're
me
talking
think,
about media, it's not print
Social
media.
media.
It's social,
Social
media.
media, right.
So it's
oh,
not,
see, I think like TV shows and news and stuff like that.
yeah.
when
So
you
I
say
think
media,
you're
that's
being
what I-
literate about what's going on in front of you is just
Mm.
having
Understand-
Ignorance.
understanding
Yeah,
about
I get
it.
that.
Right.
So why is
See, I
media
didn't-
literacy
I
That
think
makes
that-
sense.
crucial in today's information
That I
landscape?
get.
That makes sense. Because there's a lot of disinformation out there.
Yes.
And you need to understand what you're reading.
See, and I took it as like news stations.
Newsprint is dead.
No,
truly
like
is. It
TV,
truly
like
is. Except
TV
for the-
news and that kind of stuff
Yeah.
is what I took.
I
it
mean,
as.
Except for the New Times. They still print that.
Yeah. But everything out there you can throw into something to have it read it to you. You
Yeah.
know? So
Exactly.
it's all audio.
And as
Yep.
as we progress with AI, it's going to get scarier, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it truly is.
I can read you books.
So the AI platform that we use, I was showing them tonight that they now have their beta testing interaction
It's crazy.
with the AI.
Oh, it's insane.
So you can have a conversation with AI, and it's
so crazy.
unbelievable. Matter of fact, I
They
think
responded appropriately.
they did. And matter of fact, I think we're going to do a Truth About Beer episode on that. We're going to do
in
a
real time.
on the fly AI with Allison Ivan. So make sure you guys go. Please go subscribe to the YouTube channel. So
It's entertaining.
it's a lot of fun. It really is. We enjoy using it.
It's crazy. Okay, so
Well, that was the last question.
Oh, that was the last
what have we
Yeah.
come up with?
Really no answers.
No answers. A lot of interesting things.
That's for
A
sure.
lot of interesting things. I'm not jumping in full with anything. There's a lot of stuff. There's a guy I was showing you that I sent you guys that was ex-military, and he's talking about how in Israel they were doing these attacks, and it was the same kind of thing. Like they were doing bomb alarms and sending off that kind of stuff to get everybody into the bunkers. And then guess what? They gassed everybody in the bunkers. So he said same kind of thing with the highways. We're getting everybody to go to the highways because that's the only way out. And then somehow we're just getting stuck on those highways. He's like, this is a trap. Don't do it. You just have to be aware of it. It's all very interesting. And then did you see the neighborhoods that are blocked off by military that they're not letting anybody in?
Yeah, I have seen that.
And it's not on fire.
Right. I did see that.
Here's the thing, though. So, and I'm not going to mention the word because YouTube would kick us off, but the little C, when it happened.
The little one, not the big one.
There was a lot of people that.
I've had both.
It's not chlamydia. It's not chlamydia. It's
No,
the other
it's the
C.
other C.
Okay. It's not crabs.
There was a lot of people screaming conspiracy throughout that, right? And we were labeled as
nut
right-wing
jobs
lunatics and nutcases. Now, all these years later, 5 years later, we're finding out a lot of this stuff.
All
true.
the stuff that we screamed was happening at the time is now true.
So now you have to ask yourself. Now that makes it worse, right?
It really does.
Because you sit there and you go, wait a second.
I was right, fuckers.
You labeled me a nutcase, but I was right because now the evidence is coming out that I was right.
And now you're pissed.
What about this shit,
Mhm.
right? Is it right? Because you start doubting in your mind. You start going, because you saw me when I watched that video. I'm like, yeah, that car looked like it was fake.
Mhm.
I started doubting it. I started saying, yeah, I don't think that's real. But we've been conditioned that way because of what's happened in the past. So is it real? Is it not real?
Well, I think that's.
I think you got to go with your gut on it.
Yeah, you really do. Because I think that, I used to think that, oh yeah, they're just conditioning us for the real exposure, the real, letting us know about aliens or whatever, all that stuff. But no, what they're doing is they're totally fucking up our minds.
Oh, absolutely.
So that we question everything. And
which again,
do nothing about it.
You shouldn't. Well, no, and that's where the problem is you shouldn't not question things. You should always question, but you should also take that time to figure it out. Don't just, I don't know, so I'm going to move on.
Mm-hmm.
No, because there's so many things that have happened. So there's been military movement in these last couple of days that we've all been talking about. Fires. Nobody's talking about. There's been the drones are getting worse. They're now encroaching. You like that word? Encroaching on more U.S. territory. Nobody's talking about that.
Well, I mean, all right. So let's be real. News has always been.
Oh, it's always whatever the highest.
Look
fire
over
is.
here so you don't see what's going on over here.
Exactly.
Right? I mean, it's always been.
It's always
pay
been
no
that way.
attention to the man behind you.
Exactly. We
look at this big bottle of bullets. Look, it's so pretty.
So that's nothing new.
No, but it's more interesting now because again, like Joey said, what do I believe? Do I even know that this, again, I don't, somebody that's actually seen these drones. I don't yet.
Right.
Again, how do I know that it's real? The fires in California, other than your brother, how do I know it's real? And Joey's family, like I haven't seen it. I don't know. There's so much. And then it makes you think about all these wars and all these pictures that we're seeing with Israel and Hamas and everything else. Like, is that real? No, because we can make those pictures. We already seen it.
I would have to say go with your gut. Anybody watching this show is smart enough to know.
I don't know because we have these people nowadays that don't have that gut instinct.
I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about people that are watching the show.
Yeah. Oh, that's true.
People that are watching the show have
gut instinct.
Critical thinkers.
Right. Critical thinkers.
So
100%.
we have lost that.
We have.
And you guys are boys, so you won't understand. All the girls, that creepy dude that walks up to you, that serial killer in the shadows that walks in the room and he looks at you and you have that feeling like I need to leave. We don't have that anymore. No. We've lost that feeling because we're so unaware of what's around us and so unaware of what's going on. You just numb yourself.
The word is desensitized.
Desensitized.
Right?
Truly. You numb yourself.
Sorry.
No.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's true. No.
We have become numb to everything.
And as social media is a good
that's
thing,
not helping any.
It's a bad thing too. So,
well, and again, same as what was it? They told us violent video games are going to numb you, so you think violence is okay. No, I don't think that did. Although the new video games now are kind of terrifying because it does look real. But you have these videos of the babies being killed in the street and the moms being dragged through the thing. We're watching that all the time. Animals being beaten and, all this stuff.
What the hell are you watching?
Desensitizing us. Oh,
I report that shit. I don't watch it.
Oh, no, I report it too. But like, that's the stuff that's out there.
Mm-hmm.
And the more we see it, the more somebody comes through the streets and pulls our neighbor out of the house. Are we really going to do anything? We've seen it 800 times.
And it's even going to get worse.
Yeah. Like,
with
I don't know.
AI's
Like, it's
moving
so
forward.
bad.
100%.
It's so bad. I think that is our true downfall.
So Trump says he would tell us about the drones after he's sworn in office. If he says nothing, then we are in real trouble. It's just in the whole.
I want to know why
thing.
people aren't shooting them down. That's the only question I got. Because if there's a drone over my house that's chilling out like that, I will take the gun charge for discharging
especially
my
if
area.
it's shooting some kind of mist.
If I see that it's some sort of mist, but oh hell no!
I love Jack's explanation here. It's like magic. If you don't experience it firsthand, it's hard to believe.
Exactly.
I love that. That's a great explanation, Jack.
I absolutely agree with that. Like, I'm not saying it's not true. Like magic. I'm not saying you didn't do it. I don't know.
Well, you've kind of said that, right?
Yeah.
So you said you don't know anybody in California except for my brother.
Yes.
So you know the fires are real.
I know. I don't know how bad they are because he says there's fires, but it's California. They're always on fire.
Same thing with the drones. I have a coworker that says he goes out on his patio every night and he says 18 to 20
a night.
He sees a night.
He can see from his patio.
Literally.
That's insane.
And I'm going to be there next week, so I'll let you guys know. I'll take some pictures
for that.
For sure.
You want me to figure out how to ship you a pew down there so you can get some practice in?
I'm not worried about that.
I don't want you breathing in whatever's over there.
I will take some pictures.
You absolutely will.
But
see if you can catch one.
Only bring pictures home.
Yeah, don't bring anything else.
Yeah, don't bring anything else home.
Do I need to sterilize him, get him Lysol and sterilize him before he comes in the house?
I think it's funny that we use the word conspiracy theories, right? But the more you get into this shit, the more we started this with the little C and everything, you start thinking, is it really a conspiracy theory, or are we just seeing reality?
Or are we just open to it? Yeah.
Right.
I mean, if you looked into the term and where it really came from,
I haven't.
Conspiracy theories?
It was a term created by the
Illuminati?
No.
Sorry.
Or was it Hitler's guys?
No, what's the this is funny because my brain is totally shut down. See, they're trying to shut me down. It's these.
Do you want the tinfoil? I can protect you.
Freaking laser beams.
That's because your head's
CIA.
not blue. It's because your head's not blue. Put Mr. Fax's shirt on your head and you'll be safe.
Yeah, no, it's a term that the CIA coined. Conspiracy theories, and it has to do. It came about after the JFK assassination.
Okay, makes sense.
It was something because it's a term that they can throw on somebody to make them look like they're nuts.
To disarm them. Yep,
yeah,
exactly.
And so it was a disarming term that they coined to try to discredit people.
Oh, you're just a conspiracy theorist. That's
right.
Fine.
Yeah. So
that's where it came from. Conspiracy theory has never hurt me none.
But like I said, it's becomes reality over time. It's like they hide it from you, and then
you're like, hello.
5 years later, it's like, oh yeah, that was true.
That's like the big eye. The big eye. Oh, it doesn't. The big eye doesn't help with the little C.
Right.
But yeah, it does. Now we're okay to talk about it.
Yeah.
Because you already shoved out all your big V's on everybody.
The pointy V.
The pointy V's.
Oh man.
And that's not Vincenzo from New York.
I like that, Vincenzo.
Vincenzo.
Have you been Vincenzo?
He's a big fat Italian man who sits in the corner. That's what he is.
I'm fully Vincenzo.
Oh, he's been Vincenzo'd. Oh. Oh my gosh, that's the best. Have you been Vincenzo'd?
That's awesome.
I'm gonna get a shirt. Joey, I need a shirt.
There you go.
Says, have you been Vincenzo'd? I have to figure out how to spell Vincenzo.
Well, I know we went down a rabbit hole tonight.
Welcome to my brain.
I think it was kind of necessary to do it, right?
I mean, it was timely.
Yeah,
well, he's been listening to me
timely.
spew about it for the last couple of days.
Well, it's just, we're drunk with facts. We try to bring the facts.
I don't know how many facts are in there. There's a lot
our
in there.
second slide had a lot of facts on
yes.
it, okay?
Yeah. There's a lot of information. Like I said at the beginning, we'll say it again. We still have a green check mark from YouTube. I do not know. We do not know whether any of this is true or not true. These are all just information.
I never said this was an 80-20 show. Okay. It's not 80% fact, 20% conspiracy.
Bananas.
Theory. I never claimed to that. As long as we bring you some facts throughout the night, we love to our name.
We got,
and as long as we add drunk to it,
which we're working on,
then which is it?
Well, so that
yeah, you got the drunk part down. Do you need the facts too? You got to do both.
Mean, that's really the whole premise of the show, right? If you think about it, that the fact that we're bombarded by all this information every day on social media, just in our lives, and coining the term "we are drunk with facts," we try to weed through those facts to see which truly are facts and which aren't. You know, and we really want you, the audience, to make up your mind what's factual and what's not. It's not for us to decide. It's all interpretation, right?
Right.
I mean, so, you know.
So Whistling Pee Hole.
What?
I'm a little jealous because that is a great name. Oh my goodness.
Whistling Pee Hole?
Whistling Pee Hole on Rumble.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm kind of jealous. Super jealous of your name, actually. Conspiracy theories is just mainstream Republican news now. I feel like that's what it is. I feel like there's so much of these what ifs.
We need the
there. It's just I got nothing. I don't know.
So I want to read that again. So conspiracy theories is just mainstream Republican news now.
Well, so that's what the left claims it to be,
right?
Or professes it to be.
Well, and it kind of is. And I mean, it's us looking at all these other
because
options.
they want people to think that we're nuts,
like you said.
You know, I mean, that's a coined phrase that was placed on people to discredit them.
So is Whistle Pee Hole on the left or the right?
Doesn't matter.
We're center, but you know.
Whistling Pee Hole, I hope, is in the middle because, you know, your pee hole should be in the middle.
I guess it depends on how you're looking at it. I think it's an accurate statement when you're looking at it from a standpoint of how the left is looking at us.
But is it a non-accurate statement from the right? I think it's accurate, and I'm on the right. I do think that
it's not a conspiracy theory, though.
Well, but
it's been proven, though, the things that we were blamed that were conspiracy theories
will be, but they are not right. It
comes to fruition that we were right.
Yeah, but right the second, it's not.
Right. So from the right side, you know that's bullshit.
That's truly what's going on. Yeah.
From the left side, that's how
they're discrediting us. Yeah, absolutely. So I think it's interesting.
So you think are we taking a vote? We think Whistling Pee Hole's on the right? What do you think he's on the left?
With a name like that, dude, I really don't care.
He or she's on the left. I don't know.
That's an amazing name. I'm gonna go Heat. Oh, I don't know.
Could be. You know, depends how old you are. Anyway.
My sister used to call those Monas.
That almost ended up with whiskey on me, Joey. Thank you. Really
that's
didn't
what
need
a whistle out of the pee hole sound.
That's funny.
It was called a Mona.
I've never whistled out of my pee hole, so I can't say that's a real
TMI,
thing.
TMI, folks. Drunk with facts. We got a green check mark still.
I mean, there's been times I've had to pee real hard and like you get a real good whoosh sound, but I wouldn't say it's a whistle.
Seriously?
You peed at you've had to pee hard. You know it. Don't look at me like it's not true.
I'm sorry. YouTube.
Y'all know when you really got to go and you've been holding in. There's that big whoosh. It's kind of we could go whistling. Not gonna say, I could call that a whistle.
Bio was saying left, maybe. I'm a little confused myself too because I could take that comment.
I'm going either
a couple
way.
of different ways, right?
I'm going either way.
You could take it as we're all fucking nutcases, and that's our mainstream media now.
Yeah,
right.
Cool.
Or you could take it as it's true and the right's right, so that's how.
Yeah,
that's a conspiracy theory.
Right.
So we're not mad about being conspiracy theorists because we know it's eventually gonna be true anyway. So that's how I take it.
I'm waiting for Whistling to respond to my question. Are you left or you right?
Does it matter?
I'm just curious. I really am. I'm curious.
You ain't never whistled from your pee hole, so I ain't curious about you at all. Just saying. Wow,
this show took a wrong turn in a quick hurry.
And on that note,
and Joey and I are the ones drinking. Well, you're drinking wine, but that doesn't count.
I had nothing. I had one glass. We're good. It wasn't even half full. It was the bottle from last night.
What an interesting show.
It's been fun.
It has been fun.
Paint your roof blue.
Your roof?
Go get your roof.
Your roof?
Is it a roof or a roof?
It's a roof.
Roof.
It's a roof. See, Joey says it's a roof.
I said it's a roof.
There was somebody else who said it was a roof too in a video, and I was going to send it to you and be like, see, fucker.
How do you say B-O-O-K?
The book.
Book.
So how do you say?
How do you say proof? Is it proof or proof?
Depends on how you're saying it.
No, it doesn't.
Yes,
Just
it does.
proof.
Depends on the sentence.
So really should be prof, right?
Do you wash?
Because
Do you
got a
wash
vowel
or do you
after the O.
wash?
That's not even I'm comparing the same damn syllables. Is it proof or is it proof? Is it roof or is it roof?
Is it book or is it?
It's
All
book.
Dad says goodnight, Lindsay. Say goodnight.
Why was it that I'm fine? Say goodnight, Keith.
I'm fine. I'm arguing the fact that it's roof.
It's rough.
Not roof.
You got a roof. You got a roof on your house.
And this is how you keep your head from exploding into flames.
Keep your roof on your house.
There you go,
There
Christine.
you go.
Dye your hair
Oh
blue. I
God,
like that.
that'd be so blue.
I like that. It's a good idea.
Don't do
Protection.
it.
Joey, you might have a hard time, Joey.
That's
Joey's
like a
gonna-
Smurf.
Joey's gonna be like Blue Man
You
Group.
do like Blue Man Group.
He's gonna
and do your
jump
whole
in the
face.
blue paint.
Oh, that'd be freaking hilarious.
No, like if you
Papa
stand
Smurf.
under. And on that note,
Papa Joey, Bosh.
what did you say? Papa Joey and Bottle Smurf?
What? Papa Joey, Papa Smurf.
Oh, you said Bottle
I
Smurf.
did not say
Yeah,
bottle.
but-
Roof.
You don't know what I can't work. Jack, I need you back. I can't handle these two. They're
Oh,
driving
that's
me
great.
nuts.
That's awesome.
Oh my God. No, so if you stand under conspiracy theories, Blue Man Group, Papa Smurf, if you stand under an umbrella that's blue, are you safe? Because like those umbrellas in Maui were good. Like if that thing's pushed out and I'm standing under it, like, am I good? I mean, there's
Sure.
going to be heat because it's still on fire around you. So you could still burn, but like, I'm not going to get incinerated. Right?
You want to try it?
Sure. You're first.
You go first.
It's just interesting, though, when you think about it's called a direct energy
Beam.
or weapon
Yes.
or whatever. But
So like
something.
as I hit you,
So-
bzz, you
so
fire
yeah,
up.
as it hits an object,
It
it
burns.
is the only object in that area that's going to ignite.
Burn. Yes.
right.
So
Burning
whatever it's
around it.
physically hitting, however big the square is, whether it's a foot by foot
Mhm.
square. So if I'm hitting that foot by foot is burning. And then if I go to the next one, that foot by foot is burning. But what do you do? Because you're going to have leftover flames. Like if I hit wood, it's not going to immediately incinerate it. But that's the part that gets weird because the cars are melted, but then some of the car is still there. So like,
Yeah, so it's interesting. I wonder how if flames
spurts out
are
from
are attracted to the heat itself to be contained.
it.
Since it doesn't spread out to the vegetation around it, it only
Like, are they coming in?
it's just that item or piece of or the car or whatever is the only thing that was hit with that beam.
Yeah. Well, it's like
And so all
welding
the heat is generated
there.
right there.
Yes. And so those flames are going to be right there. But again, once you move on, those flames are still going to be there. So that's how you still get like the burning embers and those kind of things.
It's just weird.
I know.
It
But
is
like
weird.
How does it spread?
once you burn the car and the car's down to metal, you have nothing else to burn. So once that
We both hit it.
once that laser beam moves from that car and all the paint and everything's gone, it's melted, but nothing else is going to burn because there's nothing else to burn. Are you with? Did you follow any of that? You were
I'm still. I
Right?
guess I'm still hung up on how that heat dome, if you will,
yes.
stays contained.
So I mean, it's the same as welding. Whatever I touch is only going to melt. The whole metal piece of metal isn't going to melt.
True.
So it's just whatever you're touching. But so if this, let's say it's 6x8 and it goes right over this car and it's going to sit on this car for 30 seconds. It's going to continue to heat up for that 30 seconds. So it's going to burn all the paint. It's going to burn all the seats. It's going to burn the
It's gonna
tires.
do that really quick, so it's
But
not
I
radiating.
don't know however many seconds, whatever it is. But then you're going to start melting the metal. But as soon as it moves away, because you've now burned anything that can burn, metal's not just going to burn.
Christine has her comment here has maybe shed some light on what you guys are talking about right now.
Watch the video where people are saying UFOs are playing for the fires. Well, they're showing these crazy like clouds that are just
That was a wild video.
like freaking out. So it's super crazy.
But if you think about that, okay, we always talk about aliens having technology far superior to ours. right?
No,
Well, what if
yeah.
these lasers are
We have those lasers here though.
alien? But what if they? Well,
They could
Where do
be.
you think we get the technology from?
From the 60s when we stole their stuff.
60s.
Wasn't in the 60s?
47.
That was the
is
40s.
Well, there you go. That too. But
They always say that we're 30 years behind or 70 years behind.
That's just from
I
the
think it was 30
government.
years.
30
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 30 years.
on
behind.
before we really know what technology we have.
Yeah.
It's been
So
developed for
after-
30 years.
So after we hit that car and everything melts, which is how we're getting the melted aluminum, it now goes to the house. Well, that house is going to burn, but there's still so much more wood and everything else that can burn after that. So that's how you're going to get those after burns and not necessarily on the car, which is why that tree is going to be okay because that's just that instant puff.
Arthur,
But
we
those
don't even know
houses
what we're
are gonna
talking
get-
about.
More,
No,
right?
my brain's hooked on the direct energy weapon.
That's what
On
that's what I'm trying to talk
But
about
where
now.
did we get that
Yeah.
technology from?
Doesn't matter. We have it.
It does matter.
Really doesn't. We have it.
It matters. That's my end. It matters to people like us. Oh man, we got more. We got more viewers on Rumble now than we've had all night. This is great. we're at the craziest part of the show. too.
Lord help us, please. So, but I think that's how the laser weapon has really gotten through the houses and everything like that. Because it's going to melt all the cars. It's going to do all that pretty much instantly. All the trees and bushes are going to be fine. But those houses are going to slowly simmer because you have the wood, you have those foundations, you have that underlying stuff.
Yeah.
Is there a reason Mr. Fax looks like he's jumping through the air?
He is. He's flying
trying to
with
get
Joey.
away.
Is that what it is?
He's like, help me.
I'm done. Get me
This
out of
guy's
here.
crazy.
Yeah. Let's say if the direct energy weapon draws a straight line down a street, it
Okay.
just hits the houses.
Yep. Just
On
hits
that
the
street.
left side.
So
Cool.
just the objects
Zip,
that
zip,
it
zip,
touches.
zip. Yep.
Those are where the energy and the heat is contained.
Is only going to be. Yep. It's not gonna
so that's what
spread.
My brain is.
Yeah,
hurting.
it's not going to spread because it didn't go any farther than that. That house is still going to continue to burn because there are things inside
it
of it.
radiated within and not
Mhm. Yep.
outward. Because it was.
Yep.
Does that make sense to you?
It,
I mean,
it sounds like an unworldly technology.
it
to me,
does.
right? Because everything we know, fire spreads.
Mm-hmm.
Yes and no,
It's
though.
never contained.
But well,
Yes and
unless
no.
when
in
have you
this
ever
case-
seen it being contained, though?
Yes and no. It depends on the fire and what's around it. I can put a fire in the middle of a dirt area and it's not going to go anywhere because it has nothing to feed on.
All right, now you're getting.
No, it's all. I mean,
Right? Like it
we
all
had one
I
of
get what
those
you're saying.
fireworks that I think was called a flower or something that you
Sure.
put on the ground that spins when you
Oh
light it.
yeah,
Yeah.
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 Spinners.
So we decided what would happen if you threw this in the air, you know? So we lit one, threw it in the air, and it took off,
Took off.
and went into
Exertion.
a field,
Oh.
and the field went,
Mhm.
and we said, "Oh shit!"
Oh shit.
Get the hose.
So yeah, it spread there.
Yeah, because it depends on what's around it. But we've all seen the videos where everybody puts all their leaves and everything in a pile and you clear 5 feet around it and then it stays in that area because that's where the fuel is.
Right, but in this scenario, you're not clearing that area.
No,
Because,
but
yeah, they weren't cleared.
There's
but
no pre-planning.
but no, but they're also just going, you have that immediate fire. And if there's no winds and there's nothing else around it, it's not really going to burn the grass that's green. It'll
See,
go a little bit,
that's
but
the
it won't go
weird
far.
part. Because of the winds,
Oh,
everything
just-
should have burned.
Everything should have burned.
Everything should. have
Those trees above it should have burned. Everything should
That's
have
a
burned.
good point.
And that's what doesn't make sense is you still have bushes
That's a
and
good point, yeah.
trees in neighborhoods that are non-existent.
Yeah, but you know,
I mean, I get the fire's going fast, and that's fine. Like the fire's going to go fast, so it's not going to burn the whole tree. But these trees and bushes aren't burnt at all.
But we've seen this story though, right? I mean, you've heard tornadoes will
Skip a house.
pass this
or-
house
yeah.
Right.
and destroy this house. So is it really that uncommon? Is it
Because
really
it's a
that
fire. It's
unusual?
different.
I get that, but they said because. So what did you read? Because of the winds, a lot of the houses were saved because it blew over so
it
fast.
blew over so quickly,
Right.
it didn't burn the whole
Hmm.
house. It just took the top or some other pieces.
Does that make sense though to you?
It does and it doesn't, because if it doesn't stay there long enough to catch anything, it's going to go to the next house.
Yeah, but the weird thing about wind is it's not like
like a
there's
tornado.
one little, like a
Yeah.
tornado. There's not just one concentrated
yeah.
Right.
piece
Burst.
of wind. I mean, it's
the whole area.
miles and miles
Yeah.
Right.
of
Of course.
Yep.
Right.
continued pushing and
Yeah.
turning and
Yeah.
flaming
it's just,
up.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
So-
Like I said, there's a lot.
It
And the
hurts my
The
brain.
conspiracy plot thickens, right?
It
Yeah.
does hurt my
I'm
brain.
telling you.
Are we done?
We're done.
Oh my God.
Can we
think
be
we're-
done?
Put a fork in
Put a
this.
fork in it.
Can
We're
we be
done.
done? It is 8:30.
This was a fun show though.
So sorry, y'all.
But hey, I do want to put it up one more time. If you guys have a chance, go check
Whoa,
out
Alice and Ivan.
Deep Dive with Alice and Ivan.
Good stuff. Good
We
stuff.
got more episodes, and we'll actually put the what we
should.
did with them on this
We should
put it
have
up there
them do one
tomorrow.
on memes.
on memes.
My memes.
Oh, your memes,
My
not memes like
Not memes
social
as in
media
memes, like my
I
memes.
see what you're saying.
Right?
That-
That's not.
the cool thing is they can do it on
Anything,
anything.
They can
right?
do it on my memes.
Whatever you feed it.
They can do it on my memes.
But hey, I do want to say our prayers do go out to the people in California, though,
Yes.
because whether this is
It's-
conspiracy
Whatever this
or whatever
is.
this is, we absolutely feel bad for you guys. Because
Yep. Prayers
It's-
towards you
it's
guys.
horrible
Hope
to
you
work.
guys are okay.
to work hard your whole life to own
Lose
your dream home
everything.
or whatever it is, and then all of a sudden, in a blink of an eye, it's gone. It's just,
everything.
it's just horrible. Yeah,
We hope
absolutely.
we hope you all are safe, and we hope that the only thing you lost is your house and not anybody in your family.
100%.
So love you.
Oh yeah, I guess I'll play producer here, and we'll say good night.
All right, guys. So next week, we'll see you guys. I won't be on next week's show. I'll be out of town, so it's going to be
Oh,
Joey,
you
Jack, and Lindsay.
were.
So you guys are going to have a fun week.
Dun, 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 dun. What are we gonna talk about?
I don't know. I guess
Hookers!
I better figure that out before I leave.
Hookers?
Yeah.
We talk about hookers?
You can.
Hookers, what?